Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, where today we're just kind of zooming around the system, checking off if there's anything else around here that needs doing. There is a point of interest here, I guess. I mean, it's not like an interest though, right? We did what there was to do there, I think. So I guess we could book it over to Owlcat Majoris. It's a bigger planet, and maybe that will be cooler for us. Let's go find out. It doesn't seem like we're actually expending any kind of time resource at this point. We have, in fact, discovered something. An unidentified void ship. Augurs notice a large object among the lifeless rocks covering the planet. A void ship whose signature and origin are impossible to identify from orbit is resting on the edge of a deep ravine. The hull of the unidentified vessel is severely damaged, rocks around it shattered by the force of the gigantic machine's crash landing. The augurs haven't detected any vital signs aboard or near the vessel. Well, send a squad to the planet to explore the void ship is for some reason a lore Xenos check? But we're going to pass it, so I guess let's do it. The landing party reports via Vox as soon as they touch down. The colossal void ship before them is covered with spikes. It resembles a morbid beast sculpted from darkness itself, menacingly hanging over the ravine. An experienced veteran accurately determines the origin of the unholy vessel. It belongs to the Xenos race called Drukhari. Ready to collapse at any moment, the void ship emits a long, woeful creak, as if promising to drag along into the abyss below anyone who dares disturb its slumber. Okay, Well, Abelard suggests finding out what the Xenos were doing in the Owlcat system. Taking heed of the Seneschal's recommendations, the Rogue Trader orders to send more people to the planet. Anxious Idira tells the Lord Captain that voices in her head are screaming, repeating the words Harbinger, Darkness, and Death. Not wanting to tempt destiny, the Rogue Trader decides to recall people. Argenta eagerly says that the only good Xenos is a dead one. A true servant of the Emperor shouldn't soil their hands with Xenos technology. Those two things don't seem related to each other, but okay. We can order more people be sent just because I feel like it. Or, being the God Emperor's chosen, the Rogue Trader won't go digging around the Xenos trash. The artifacts of the enemies of humanity should be wiped from the Coronis expanse. No, I feel like we can use a thing that... Listen. I am a little worried about the Harbinger Darkness Death bit. Can I tell you, I'm a little surprised that it's Abelard who wants us to, like, get closer to their stuff. It does seem like most of the options here are do not, in fact, approach. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it via Abelard's suggestions so that I can blame Abelard if it goes wrong. After two watches of hard labor, the workers managed to stabilize the Drukhari void ship. The soldiers who entered the vessel were met with lifeless bodies of Xenos who had died when the void ship crashed. The void ship itself, following its abominable nature, came to life, immediately craving to sate its wicked appetite for human death. The vessel's systems have reacted to the intruders, and senselessly cruel, deadly traps have been activated on all decks. Agility test succeeded. That's weird. Monstrous contraptions designed to mince, rip apart, and incinerate their victims took the soldiers by surprise, but were neutralized before the squad suffered significant losses. The soldiers found several curious pieces of xenotech on the sinister void ship, but no data that could shed light on why it came to Owlcat. So, an assortment of Drukhari barbed needles, some shatter shards, a venom blade. Ooh, now that is a nice sword. Exotic weapon, so Drukhari weapon proficiency might be on Cabela's list soon. A blast pistol, 15 to 25 with a dark light blast. All creatures within the area of effect within a 12-cell radius. Piercing all creatures in a line. Okay. 15 to 25 damage, 60% armor penetration. Damn. And monofilament grenades. Well, that's just a mean-spirited thing to do, is what that is. Okay, well, I'm glad we came over here. This was rad. Shall we? I guess, yeah, I guess there's no reason to stick around. I didn't need to come back to Uruk or anything, so... Back to Minoris. Let us not go through the center of the star. And we are headed to the governor, right? I believe we are headed to the governor, using the same party we've been using. I probably need to sort a bunch of the stuff that's in our active inventory back into cargo at some point. We'll worry about it later, though. Alright, where's the governor? I am ready for my triumph, I suppose. Then I will see you at the starport, your ladyship. The master of ceremonies will organize the procession in a way that should allow me to share the ceremony's finale with you. And after that, Emperor willing, the proctor will clear me of all charges, and the woes of Owlcat Minoris will be over at last. Okay, now fly to the upper way.
Victory awaits.
This feels like it could have happened from orbit. It's one thing for us because it's, you know, it's just a loading screen or whatever. But imagine the extra, all the extra effort of like loading people into the shuttle and actually taking off with the shuttle and doing space flight, only to be told, "Oh yeah, go somewhere else now." Okay, so your ladyship, peerless Lady von Valancius. I am the master of ceremonies on Owlcat Minoris. Everything is in place for your triumph. Allow me to give you a brief summary of the upcoming event. Fine. You will take the road, now familiar to you, from here to the starport. You will be accompanied by your comrades in arms and a guard of honor. The body of the heretic known as the Prophet Aurora will be pulled in your wake as a battle trophy. A stop is played in the middle of the road. There, grateful citizens will rush toward you, praising you for their salvation. But not to worry, this is a thoroughly choreographed interlude. The group of the grateful people will be composed exclusively of loyal citizens vetted by us. Members of the military, young people, attractive and physically fit, maybe a few healthy children. And once they have said their praise, the procession will move on. Governor Medina will await you by the starport. It is also where the pyre has been built for burning the body of the heretic known as Aurora. You will be handed a flamer blessed by a representative of the ecclesiarchy. You can choose to personally perform the burning, but if you wish to underscore the amicable alliance between House von Valancius and House Winterscale, it will be fitting to pass the honor of the burning to Governor Medina. However, the choice is yours. This whole thing is pretty gross, obviously. I don't know how much, like... Allow the ordinary people of Owlcat Minoris to speak to me or skip this farce altogether. Like, the question is, do I think it's actually harmful? It's icky and I don't want to be a part of it. But do I have that feeling to the point where I need to be disruptive about it? I mean, I don't want a staged show of gratitude. But that's not the only thing at stake here, right? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say that she's like, with her particular level of fervor against the command structure and the sort of like the shows of faith and loyalty, since hers were not honored. Yeah, maybe she is unable to contain her disgust at this. My sincerest apologies, your ladyship. No thought could be further from my mind than incurring your anger. Let the ordinary people through, you say. Well, I'll see what can be done. Okay. That was that was a low yield response to a show of genuine anger. Ooh, check it out. These are Le Mans Russes, right? I don't know all the tanks all that well. I never played Imperial Guard. Hi, everybody. All I did was show up and indiscriminately commit murder, but you're right. I did do a great job of it. I suppose that's fair. I suppose all of this is worth it to celebrate the quality of my behavior, if not the qualities of my behavior. Hello, your ladyship. Glory to you, glory. A motley group of modestly dressed people hurries towards you. The grateful citizens wish to present gifts to their redeemer. A master of ceremonies' sugary voice almost brings a taste of honey to your mouth. For whatever reason, you know for certain right at this moment, the gaze of Aurora's dead, empty eye sockets is fixed upon the back of your head. A thought surfaces in your mind. Not a voice inside your head, no, a mere thought. They are all going to die. Befuddled, deprived, never having seen the truth. And it is all because of you, enemy mine. I am going to turn around and look at the corpse. I think, like, I, Sound the video game player, do think something terrible is going to happen. That this whole sequence is set up for a terrorist attack or the body exploding into some kind of chaos demon or whatever. But I think that our character, I think we got an inkling, we got a negative feeling for sure, but I'm not like certain enough about it to do something like this. I'm going to turn around and look at the corpse. I'm going to be drawn away from the adulation. Nothing strange. The crowd's salutary clamor, the prophet's motionless corpse. Only the air is oddly still as before a thunderstorm. What? They're coming out of the darkness. They're stealing the light. The darkness is insatiable, and behind them, behind these thieves, an ineffable eye follows, watching. A grimace contorts Henrik's face. The interrogator lifts a hand to his temple, as though struck by a sudden migraine. What? Something is coming, Domin. An unholy death, contrary to his will. Gibella's eyes are blank as she digs a steel claw into an unhealed wound. Stop doing that. You are going to get an infection. Behold, the final dawn. Well, I appreciate those of you who chose to draw down in the face of this nonsense. We do have tanks with us, but never mind. Never mind about that. What are we back on the bridge? Am I not going to get to murder my way out of the situation that just occurred? Doesn't it feel like I should? Well, that's not good. Not really a lot of reasons for a spaceship to ever be that close to another spaceship. Oh shit, it's the Technodrome. So, maybe their plan was slightly bigger than destroying the reactor? And see, we caught them scaling up, and we were like, look at that! It was so much more than anybody ever believed. But then we did not stop to think, well, what if now we are the ones who do not believe how big it will have been? Probably because of the way that's worded is why we didn't just didn't think that.
And you'll die quickly.
Okay, it is time for the murders. So there are many acolyte cultists around. There's also some citizens, some enforcers who are still on our side. Okay, let's try to save as many people as we can here. So a lot of the civilian types are back in this corner, and there are enemies fucking everywhere. Okay. Cultists on the front and far side of the thing go first. We can probably more or less ignore them. I'm thinking I want to clean up these guys back here and try to make the corner safe. It looks like there aren't enemies down here. So if we can take out the ones on this back corner, that'll give the civilians a greater measure of safety. Gosh, there are a lot of guys though, huh? So let's have Heinrich start. What is even your plan, man? Like, where do I want you to end up? I'm gonna have him start back here. He's gonna try to fight with these guys. Where am I in the turn order? Really late. Well, I'll throw myself back here as well, since we have no idea when I'm going to actually get to do anything. You can start closer to these enemies. Argenta starts behind the tank as well, probably. Well, Argenta can start to the side of the tank. She might actually need to fire down the front. What is that symbol that's on her? Integrity. Huh. That's not something... When did we pick up integrity? I'm sure I picked that at some level up or another. It's just, you know, playing the game like very slowly over the course of many, many days. And with there being so many skill choices to make, and it is easy to lose things. Kibella wants to be in an aggressive position. Actually, you know what? Maybe Pascal's position goes to Kibella, because Pascal's going to get to move, right? So he doesn't need to be in cover. Yeah, maybe I start him like here. All right. So, Heinrichs. Let's divide up some foes. So we're not going to get to kill too many of these guys. That's a leader of cultists. That's a pretty high priority. We can run up here and we can put some threat into some of them. Heinrichs is a tough guy. He won't withstand an infinite amount of fire, but he has endure. He'll take something. So yeah, I'm just going to charge.
Step aside.
Gonna make a big noise. Throw up your endure. There's a chance for us to just get a kill right out here. This deals bonus damage. So the normal attack deals 21 to 27. This says 21 to 27, but it should also be dealing... It should be dealing more than that, right? I'm going to hit him with it. We're going to see. Whoa! Whoa!
human death after all.
That was certainly a manifestation. Holy shit. Holy shit. I y'all? I underestimated the degree of that. Hold on a second. I have to answer a Discord message real quick. Yes, I will love, when I'm done with this recording, I would love to get some lunch. That sounds great. I love you very much. Thank you. Okay. All right. Sorry. What I did not expect was that I would summon a Screamer of Siege. Does this thing have, each party member suffers -1 times your willpower momentum. All creatures ridden must pass a willpower test or suffer the horrors of the warp effect. It is a combat master. It is a warp creature, which means it has armor, immunity to perils of the warp, immunity to toxic damage. Okay, part of what I was curious about was if it had like a limited duration or something, because it's not a real thing from this real place, but no, it seems like we're really in for this. So, first things first, let's heal. Second thing, I did not know that this was one of the things that was even on the fucking table. And for it to just be like, yeah, it bursts out and it immediately murders 2 of your party members. Feels like a bit much. I think we are very likely to die here. Alright.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
So we pasted their leader. Hopefully that will help. I was hoping I could take another one. With just one shot, I might be better off with the laser gun. We'd have to crit to kill anybody, it looks like, but I should still see if we can.
I'll do it.
Ah. Alright, well, I mean, it's a pretty good turn. I'm very curious, like, that thing's not, is it going to fight as though it's on their side? Are they going to be just like pals? Because it does seem like a terrifying problem for everyone, doesn't it? A little bit of friendly fire. Unfortunately, a lot of unfriendly fire. Okay, Kibella. You are in a situation now. So we got our litany of hatred. Here's what I think is happening. We're going to start with a jump to here, which is going to kill both of the little dudes. Then we're going to go totally fucking sick house on this dude. If I raining blood, I don't get to both blade dance and hit him normally, and I think I do want to do both of those things. So,
as the tenth stone, as honor ordained.
Yeah, I mean, he has a terrifying amount of health, but Kibella is exceedingly powerful. This ability costs 12 wounds to use. Until the beginning of the Blade Dancer's next turn, they can dodge area attacks without moving, are immune to all types of force movement, gain 20% parry against attacks from that side, and can parry attacks made against adjacent allies. I'm gonna pick this way. Because I'm worried that if that thing hits me, it's going to do way more than 12 damage, right? Oh, okay. Suicide bombings. Got it to half health. We have... You know, I was just saying how I don't really usually use the heroic act with the operative, but stripping 30% of this thing's everything is probably worthwhile. An attack that's guaranteed to hit. This is probably the weapon we're using for that, sadly. Yeah, I certainly don't want to get her closer. And I definitely don't want to be doing any void stuff right now. Alright, let me hit you with some extra exploits. We can do this. We can do this. I think we can do this. Decreasing the target's dodge, parry, and armor. Yeah, alright, we're gonna expose it, which will mean I'm dealing less damage to it, but everybody else will be a little bit better off against it. And then we're gonna shoot it real good in a way that removes a lot of its defenses. And also deals 32 damage to it. I mean, that's not nothing. All allies gain... Number of exploits removed. So removing all exploits from all enemies. No, one exploit from each enemy in a 5-cell radius around a point that I pick. So it's going to be a pretty small amount of armor, actually. Because the enemies aren't grouped up that tightly. So I think I don't bother. But I do... just blast the Screamer. Is there a way to do this where I don't shoot my own dudes? Not really. Sorry, we'll give him the single. Single's good. Alright, someone's in kind of a weird position due to dodging a flamethrower shot. So... I think if I... If I voice of command Kibella and then break their ranks, I think she could kill that thing.
Suits my purposes.
Kibella, we're committing the plan here. First things first, break their ranks. 60. Damn. Kibella, you're very good at your job. Bring it down though. Let's be done with this.
As honor or death, killing brings me no pleasure.
Okay, that's pretty good momentum. That gets us some distance. Sadly, I'm a little bit out of range to leap to anybody. It turns out I did Veil of Blades for no reason. I mean, we couldn't know that I was gonna survive to the next turn, though. You could throw a blood file. That's not really that exciting. I think maybe you just call it in place. The jump feels bad if it doesn't need to be used. All right, and that leaves me with no AP. I do still have movement. I'm gonna step to this side, actually.
Chaos guides me.
Okay, I'm a tiny bit on fire. Very small amount. I am pleased with our capability to suddenly bring down a demon that is much larger and more terrifying than we were intending to face. Yeah, I put her there partially so that she would kind of like draw attention. This battle's really loud. I put her there so that she would kind of draw attention. Wow, fanatical old man. Way to do the thing. But I wasn't planning on people shooting at her and missing, and then hitting the other folks standing around. That is certainly not ideal. Okay, well the fire starter guys are annoying, certainly. Do I kind of just want to have... Argenta's still pretty badly hurt. I was going to say, do I kind of want to just have her run out into the open a little? But no, I'm pretty sure I don't. Because I need her to survive. I was hoping I could make it to here. Because I think from here we'd have a really good cone of fire. As things stand... We can back off and try to take control of the stairs. What does my cone of fire look like? Do I hit this guy at all? Yeah, I can. It's pretty hard to dial in a shot that gets him and doesn't like light up Kibella, and she's not facing, her parry's not active in the direction that we would like it to be pointed. This group of cultists bound up around this enforcer here is something of an opportunity. But I don't know if I'm the one to take advantage of it. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is run next to Samhain and try a bolter cone from here. So let's go concentrated fire. Right, we can get... Can I get these three? Looks like no. I can get these three. Okay, well, she only took one down. But
As the Emperor commands, I act.
we have killed enough now to revel in our slaughter, which is, cool stuff for next turn, I guess. Oh, Enforcer. Oh, why would you do that? You tried to just run out. Okay, well, Kibella gets to chop some dudes up. That's fun. These guys are not quite close enough together, I think, for the all death from above turn to work. Playtance repeats this combination up to 4 times against random available targets. So if I do have you use this, you'll jump over, slash this guy up, jump back, slash that guy up. That'll be the end of the sequence. Well, no, we'll jump back. I'll kill both of them, right? But will that be her entire, will that remove her movement? Because it's not a normal attack. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let's see how it goes. So she chomps that dude. Then she chomps this dude. Okay, then she can still move. Okay. So I am going to run down here and just clear these guys out.
I bring you mercy in retribution. As the tenets demand. As honor or death is
Blade
a
dance. Into additional jumping.
The other side awaits.
Okay. And here we go. We've drawn some attention. Oh, I guess the guy that I was trying to draw attention away from is dead, is what's happened.
Chaos guides me.
And now we're just effectively totally in the open against what remains of our enemies because the direction of cover has shifted considerably. Well, Adira can fall back to here and try to, like, laser down a couple of these dudes. You gotta be very careful with her.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Not great odds on the hit.
Anything else? I have brought your downfall.
Well, she got one of them. I should have thrown up more analysis. I would have thrown it up on this guy so that it would have made a difference.
Will do.
Well, at this point, I'll expose his weakness. Get him, everybody.
Was that you? Or
All right. How on fire am I? 6. 6 is the amount of on fire I am. Well, there's a man standing adjacent to me. That demands a certain amount of immediate attention. I don't really want to chop him, though, because I really want to throw some grenades and stuff. We can pass some of our turn to Argenta. Some significant amount of our turn to Argenta. She could probably light up a few of these guys. Voice of command into take them down.
Faith without deed.
Damn. Only one kill. What are you doing? The lack of professionalism is staggering. Alright, leaving me with one action. And I guess this is what I'm doing. I was really hoping to throw grenades. You know? Wouldn't it be a fun time?
Nothing I can opposing was your biggest mistake.
Alright, you know, the momentum it's building. We're getting there.
I serve the ruinous powers.
I unfortunately appear to be even more on fire.
You'll regret this.
Ah.
Quick.
Please be careful, old man. Alright, a lot of stuff's going pretty sideways pretty fast here. This guy surviving with 1 HP is so incredibly frustrating.
I'll do it.
Okay. She landed a hit. That's something. Unfortunately, I can't revel in slaughter and run and gun.
Doubt is for the weak.
Oh no, wait, I can, right? Run and gun reduces the next attack's cost by 1. So I could revel in slaughter, but if I do that, I don't get to throw the very good grenade that is available to us.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
I think that was pretty necessary, personally. Argenta, you are standing in the open with 3 HP. And let me just say, a hero to everyone. No doubt about it. Is it time to run like this? Do I want to be that close together against the Chaos Spawn? The problem is, like, I can run really far, but what I can't do is get close enough to the Chaos Spawn to actually attack it. Well, you know what? No, if I run up here and I kill this guy with a sword strike, then I have 6 jump charges. So the first jump wouldn't hit anything, but the second jump would commit me to oh boy, that's a situation. I think we kind of need it though. So we're going to take advantage of Cabela's insane bonus movement thanks to the fact that her allies have been killing. Allies have been doing the thing that needs doing for her to get her jump on. And then we're going to jump to a position that's definitely not in the cloud. And then we're going to get crazy.
As on our old days, brings me no pleasure.
Killing brings her a lot of pleasure is the thing. She's lying. Don't listen to that.
As the tenants demand.
Alright, bleeding on all targets hit.
Trust me.
Jump to here.
It's a blessing.
Chop this nerd. And then it's like... she's now got the captive audience. She does the blade dance.
Let your soul be purged.
And then this is a situation where we veil the blades. We've got him captive audience, right? He's locked. His stats are screwed up. He's disturbed. But no, he's not. He's not captive. He didn't lock in place. Well, I could jump around him a little bit more, but I don't think I'm going to kill him. Short of breath reduces strength. Yeah, so we do less damage with each jump. I might just Veil of Blades, taking that direction. Okay. That's very bad.
I know what is to come. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Okay. Oh no! Oh no, one space too far away. That's very bad news. I mean, that's a psychic power anyway. I shouldn't do that. I'm going to analyze the fuck out of this guy. And then I'm going to expose his many weaknesses. That's my big plan.
That was insulting. Thank you. Now, where?
Okay. This does give me reach to Cabela. It does also probably end my turn meaningfully. Or can Cabela take voice of command again? I don't remember how many turns it's been. All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna move someone to here no matter what we do. This is a position that actually has cover against that gun guy over there. Is she a legal target for voice of command?
Absolutely not.
No. Okay. Because you're only allowed to do it to people every, it's 2 rounds. Okay. Then I think what I'm going to do is... Oh, I can't do that the way I want to do it. If I throw a grenade back here, it's actually not that likely to kill that guy. 10 fire damage. Well, let's see. So yeah, this means I have no AP for Cabela. But it was necessary. On the turn where I had to medkit, it was necessary.
An offering.
Okay. You know, I'll give that fanatical man credit. He is staying in. He is here, he is present, he is going to help.
I shall not fail.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go like captive audience blade dance, I think.
As honor ordains.
Just keep chopping this nerd up.
Caught by the web.
Yeah, not much left of him now, huh?
The shadow.
There we go. Put myself in cover. All right, I think we're gonna get this.
What is this foreboding? But of course.
All right, we'll just hold those. We'll give him another boost next turn, and then blast him.
Already done.
Oh, I stepped on some hot ground, I guess? I thought for sure that was going to kill him. Shit. Well, I'm definitely out of range of calling for help. So... Shit. Yeah, I really thought that was going to kill him. Oh, God. Fanatical old man, please just take cover. I appreciate your concern, but you... Yeah, she's down. I appreciate your concern, but you are not needed.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. I shall not fail. The other side awaits.
Okay. That guy deserved that.
On it.
Well, we technically survived. Time passed 5 minutes. Your comm bead comes alive. Victus's voice struggles to get through the thundering static. Okay, this is Voxmaster. Please immediately send... Okay. We are en route to the starport. Immediately. Interference, repeat. Yep. Pull yourself together, Lady Class, and do not resist. It's a simple technique that will bring you relief. Henrix leans over Adira and puts his hands on her temples. Friendly agents of the Inquisition make me so nervous. I'm not being friendly. What's happening is beyond normal cultist scheming. We can't afford to lose a single fighter, he says to the only person who was at full health at the end of the fight. I shall fear no darkness, for light is within me, the light of my faith in thee. I shall flee before no enemy, for there is no enemy more terrible than cowardice, and I shall overpower it. Listen, if there's one thing you can say about Argenta, it is that she did not run when it would have been a good idea to run during that fight. Kibella gives you a faint smile and whispers, "A great dance begins, but I am still with you, Domin. Fear not, for I will not let your soul fall into the clutches of the unclean. If it comes to it, I will be quicker than them." That's comforting. The old man peers at you gloomily. You told me my faith was false. You made me turn away from Aurora. Now what do you say, rogue trader? Who was right? Here it is, the final dawn. He makes a sweeping gesture with his hand. Hold your tongue, Areld. Dawn or no dawn, I'll die before I let those eyeless freaks maim me. So keep quiet and do as her ladyship says. She'll tell us what to do. Well, we must move out toward the starport at once. The shuttles aren't going to find us here even if the comm leak stabilizes, which it won't. I know, which is why I said we're en route to the starport. Yep, no, it's all bad. It's all very bad. Here's the thing. All we can do now is try to make it to the starport, but obviously everyone's coming with us. I'm no fast walker, but I'll hobble after you. If you get into a fight, it's not like you'll want an old woman to get in your way anyway. And I think there will be more fighting. I think you're probably right. Oh, there sure will be. Looks like some of my former comrades are still on the loose. The old man's voice sounds lethargic, almost robotic. He's having terrible ping today. The sense of alarm is now almost physically drilling through your temples. The fleeting little whispers at the edge of your hearing are sinister and gleeful. Okay, well, all we can do now is try to make it to the starport. Let's go. Why are we standing around and talking? Ugh, everybody gained a level. Okay, well, as y'all might remember, I have an obligation. So I'm going to go handle that, and we'll deal with the fact that we just leveled up after a single combat. I mean, it was a good combat, to be fair. We'll deal with all that stuff next time, because right now I got things to do. So I will come back next time for the desperate battle to the starport. Hopefully it won't be quite as bad as this one was, because we won't make it as bad. But I don't know. It could get ugly. We'll see. Come back to find out if we survive, and we'll see you then.